वक्रतुण्डमहाकाय सूर्यकोटिसमप्रभ निर्विघ्नं कुरु मे देव सर्वकार्येषु सर्वदा सरस्वति नमस्तुभ्यं वरदे कामरूपिणि विद्यारम्भं करिष्यामि सिद्धिर्भवतु मे सदा गुरवे सर्वलोकानां विषजे भवरोगिणां निधये सर्वविद्यानां दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति मूर्तिभेदविभागिने व्योमवद्व्याप्तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। नारायणं पद्मभुवं वसिष्ठं शक्तिं च तत्पुत्रपराशरं च व्यासं शुकं गौडपदं महान्तं गोविन्दयोगीन्द्रमथास्य शिष्यम् श्रीशङ्कराचार्यमथास्य पद्मपादं च हस्तामलकं च शिष्यम् तं तोटकं वार्तिककारमन्यान् अस्मद्गुरून् सन्ततमानतोऽस्मि। सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादं शङ्करं लोकशङ्करम्। अपारकरुणा सिन्धुं ज्ञानदं शान्तरूपिणं श्रीचन्द्रशेखरगुरुं प्रणमामि मुदान्वहम्। यत्कृपालेशमात्रेण पुमान् पूर्णः प्रजायते तं वन्दे ब्रह्मविद्धुर्यं सद्गुरुं चन्द्रशेखरम्। साक्षात्कृतं दयानन्दं परमार्थस्वरूपिणं तत्त्वज्ञानप्रशास्तारं प्रणतोऽस्मि परं पदम्। ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यङ्करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः। सूत्रार्थो वर्ण्यते यत्र
सूत्रार्थो वर्ण्यते यत्र
वाक्यैः सूत्रानुकारिभिः
वाक्यैः सूत्रानुकारिभिः
स्वपदानि च वर्ण्यन्ते
स्वपदानि च वर्ण्यन्ते
भाष्यं भाष्यविदो विदुः।
भाष्यं भाष्यविदो विदुः।
समुच्चयवाद खण्डनं। We will read from here. कर्म सगितादपि
कर्मसहितादपि
ज्ञानात्
ज्ञानात्
एतत् सिद्ध्यति इति चेत्
एतत् सिद्ध्यति इति चेत्
न
न
वाजसनेयके
वाजसनेयके
तस्य अन्यकारणत्ववचनात्
तस्य अन्यकारणत्ववचनात्
जायामे स्यात् इति प्रस्तुत्य
जायामे स्यात् इति प्रस्तुत्य
पुत्रेणायं लोकः जिय्यः
पुत्रेणायं लोकः जय्यः
नान्येन कर्मणा
नान्येन कर्मणा
कर्मणा पितृलोकः विद्यया देवलोकः इति
कर्मणा पितृलोकः विद्यया देवलोकः इति
आत्मनः अन्यस्य
आत्मनः अन्यस्य
लोकत्रयस्य
लोकत्रयस्य
कारणत्वम् उक्तं वाजसनेयके
कारणत्वम् उक्तं वाजसनेयके
तत्रैव च
तत्रैव च
पारिव्राज्यविधाने
पारिव्राज्यविधाने
हेतुः उक्तः
हेतुः उक्तः
किं प्रजया करिष्यामः
किं प्रजया करिष्यामः
येषां नः अयमात्मा अयं लोकः इति
येषां न अयमात्मायं लोकः इति
नाट् न येषां नः नः इस् अस्मात्
येषां येषां नः
येषां
अयमा
येषां नोऽयमात्मायं लोकः इति
येषां नोऽयमात्मायं लोकः इति
तत्रायं हेत्वर्थः
तत्रायं हेत्वर्थः
प्रजाकर्म तत्संयुक्तविद्याभिः
प्रजाकर्म तत्संयुक्तविद्याभिः विद्याभिः
मनुष्यपितृदेवलोकत्रयसाधनैः
मनुष्यपितृदेवलोकत्रयसाधनैः
अनात्मलोकप्रतिपत्तिकारणैः
अनात्मलोकप्रतिपत्तिकारणैः
किं करिष्यामः
किं करिष्यामः
न च अस्माकं
न च अस्माकं
लोकत्रयम् अनित्यम्
लोकत्रयम् अनित्यं
साधनसाध्यम् इष्टम्
साधनसाध्यम् इष्टम्
येषामस्माकम्
येषाम् अस्माकं
स्वाभाविकः
स्वाभाविकः
अजः अजरः अमृतः अभयः
अजः अजरः अमृतः अभयः
न वर्धते कर्मणा
न वर्धते कर्मणा
नोकनीयान्
नोकनीयान्
नित्यश्च लोक इष्टः
नित्यश्च लोक इष्टः
स च नित्यत्वात्
स च नित्यत्वात्
न अविद्यानिवृत्तिव्यतिरेकेण
न न अविद्या निवृत्तिव्यतिरेकेण
अन्यसाधननिष्पाद्यः
अन्यसाधननिष्पाद्यः
तस्मात् प्रत्यगात्मब्रह्मविज्ञानपूर्वकः
तस्मात् प्रत्यगात्मा ब्रह्म विज्ञानपूर्वकः
सर्वेषणासन्न्यासः एव कर्तव्यः इति
सर्वैषणा सन्न्यासः एव कर्तव्यः इति
up to this we have seen as part of the Sambandha, as part of the Sambandha Bhashyam. Sambandha is Sambandha between the Purva Bhaga and the Uttara Bhaga. Purva Bhaga and the Vedanta. As part of that, here the Samuchaya Khandanam, Jnana karma samuchaya khandanam. Because why can't after karma kanda, then jnana kanda, jnanam along with karma, why cannot be performed for the sake of moksha? Moksha doesn't require karma. Suppose it has been clearly told. It is only out of knowledge. Ajnanam being the karanam for samsara. Therefore, jnanam alone is the means. Karma has done the job by giving the person the adhikarito. Therefore, karma is not required anymore. Therefore, sarveshana sannyasa kartavyaha. This means sannyasa ashrama. For ashrama, the sannyasa ashrama, chaturtha ashrama, where the person is completely dedicated to the pursuit of jnanam. So therefore, karma is karma doesn't play any role. So that is made very clear by raising an objection and answering. We saw in the last verse, karma sagita jnanat etat siddhyati, etat is moksha. Karma sagita jnanat, jnana karma samuchaya. So jnana along with karma, jnana combined with karma. That could be the hetu, the karanam for moksha iti chet. The Purva Pakshi rises. We say no, no. First we give our answer based on Shruti. Shruti is a pramanam. Then we give a logical answer. That is, we will see. So now, Vajasanayake in the Pradaranyaka Upanishad. Tasya karanatva vachanat. Tasya karanatva vachanat. Kasya vachanam is vakya, statement. Tasya karanatva vachanat. Mokshasya karanatva vachanat. That is, the statement which is in the Vradaranyaka Upanishad. Tasya karanatva vachanat, that is karmanaha karanatva vachanat, not moksha. Karma, karmanaha karanatva. Why karma is performed? Because it is for gaining limited ends. It is for gaining dharmartha kama purushartha. So, since karma is meant for dharmartha kama purushartha, tasya karanatva vachanat, not for moksha, therefore karma is not the means for moksha iti. Karma is tasya referring to karma. Karmanaha karanatva vachanat. What can karma do? The status, karanatvam, the status of being the karana of karma, for what? It is said in the Vajasamaya Pradaranyaka Upanishad. The result of karma. What can karma do? The karma could be the cause. Karma could be the cause for dharma artha kama purushartha. So therefore, jaya me syaditi, Bhashakara quotes in Pradaranyaka, putrena ayam lokaha yaha, this lokaha manishya lokaha, na anyena karmana, not by any other karma, karmana pitraloka, vidyaya, upasanaya, devalokaha iti, atmanaha anya lokasya trayasya karanatvam uktam vajasanayake. That is what tasya is. Atmanaha anyasya karanatva vachanam. Atmanaha anyasya is dharmartha kama purushartha. For gaining artha, kama, and of course punyam. Punyam for devaloka prapti, etc. Tasya karanatvam is atmanaha anyasya karanatvam vachanat uktat vajasanayake. In the Brihadaranyaka Upanishad, The Vakyas, the statements are there, which are which says very clearly karma as the status of being the karanam for the loka prapti, atmanah anyasya lokatrayasya, lokatraya prapti. Lokatraya, what are the three loka? One is this loka, manushya lokaha. Second one, mitra lokaha. Third one, deva lokaha. This loka by putra, karmana pitra lokaha. Then upasanya deva lokaha iti. Tatraiva, same in the Bradaranyaka, Bradaranyake eva, Bradaranyaka Upanishadi eva, Parivrajya vidhana etaga uttaha. Parivrajyam, this sannyasa. Parivrajya vidhane. Parivrajya vidhane. There is a vidhanam, there is an injunction, there is a niyama, there's a vidhi, vidhane, there's a hetuhu uttaha, the reason is mentioned. Kim prajaya krishyavaha. Yesham, for those, Yesham asmakam, ayam atma, ayam lokaha. For those who, for whom, atma is a lokaha, atma lokaha. Atma is what is lokaha, it is lokaha, it is what it is, the loka, it is what it is, artyate, lokyate, lokyate, artyate. That is what is desired, that is what is wanted, artyate, prartyate. For them, kim prajaya kalishyana, kim prajaya, kim karmana, kim upasanaya. Prajaya, ayam lokaha jiyaha. The kim prajaya is prajaya, kim kalishyamaha, karmana, kim kalishyamaha, karmana pitralokaha, pitraloka praptya, kim kalishyamaha. Because we are interested in Atma Loka. Similarly, Devaloka Praptya, Devalokena, Kim Garishyamaha, Kimapina, Akshepartena. Because Yesham, Asmakam, Ayam Atma, Ayam Lokaha. This Atma is a Lokaha. Lokyate Pratyate, therefore it is Lokaha. That is what is sought. Lokaha. This Atma Lokaha is sought by us. For whom? What is the use of this prajaya and karma, etc.? Praja, karma, and upasana. This karma kanda doesn't serve the purpose of Atmaloka Prapti. Tatrayam yetvartaha praja karma tat sanyukta vidyabhigi. Prajaputra karma is karma tat sanyukta vidyabhigi upasana. By these Manushya Pitra Devalokatraya sadhanehi anatmaloka pratipatti karanai kim garishyama ityartha. Vashakara explains the statement. So, Manushya Pitra Lokatraya sadhanai. Sadhana, the means is praja, karma, and vidya. For the sadhya, Manushya Loka, Pitraloka, Devaloka. These are Anatma Loka. Anatma Loka Pratipatti Karanehi. These are the Karanam, the means for gaining the Anatma Loka. Therefore, Taihi Kim Karishyamaha. What shall we do with that? Achasmakam Lokatrayam Ishtam. We don't have desire for Lokatraya. Kimartam na Ishtam, because it is Anityam. And it is in the form of the means and ends. Sadhana sadhyam it is. Whereas Yesham Asmakam Swabhavikaha, for us, the Swabhavika, that is Atma, Swabhavikaha is one's Swarupaha. Swarupaha. Yesham Asmakam Swarupaha. Asmakam Swarupaha is Atma Swarupaha, Atma, which is Ajaha, Ajaraha, Mrtaha, Bayaha, which is not born, doesn't grow old, doesn't die and it is doesn't have fear. No, there is no insecurity. And that cannot be vardate karma, that can be increased by karma, nor it can be decreased, but decreased for us. And it is nityaha lokaha. That nitya loka is what is ishtaha. The nitya lokaha, nitya lokaha, between the two, we are not interested in anitya lokaha, which is in the form of sadhya and sadhana, whereas it is swabhavikaha, it is our own very nature. Therefore, that is what we are, and it is nityaha, that is what we are interested. Asmakam ishtaha. Asmakam nityascha loka, nitya lokaha ishtaha, atma lokaha ishtaha. Therefore, nityatvat, because it is nitya, nitya is, it is, the nityatva, therefore it is siddhatva. It is it's already siddha. Therefore, avidya nivritti vitireka, other than the removal of avidya, ajnanam, there is no other way, there is no other means. Anya sadhana nishpadya, anya sadhanehi na nishpadya. It cannot be accomplished by other sadhana. Saha nityalokaha anya sadhanehi na nishpadya. Avidya nivritti vitirekena. This avidya nivritti vritya eva nishpadya. Tasmad therefore प्रत्येगात्मा ब्रह्म विज्ञान पूर्वकः सर्वेषणा संन्यासः एव कर्तव्यः. प्रत्यक्ष असो आत्मा प्रत्येगात्मा, प्रत्येगात्मा एव ब्रह्म, प्रत्येगात्मा ब्रह्म, प्रत्येगात्मा ब्रह्मणः विज्ञानं, प्रत्येगात्मा ब्रह्म विज्ञानं, प्रत्येगात्मा ब्रह्म विज्ञानं पूर्वं यस्य संन्यासस्य सर्वेषणा संन्यासस्य सः प्रत्येगात्मा ब्रह्म विज्ञान पूर्वकः इति बहुरी समास प्लस कप प्रत्यय क पूर्वकः. So sarveshana sannyasah eva kartavya. Therefore, giving up should be given up. All the eshanat-trayam, putreshana, vitteshana, lokeshana, all the eshanat-trayam should be given up. So sannyasa, which is preceded by pratyekatma brahma vijnana, which is preceded by knowledge. So preceded by knowledge means the person is an informed person. So therefore, with sannyasa, or wanting to know also, that the person has got some knowledge but not complete knowledge. Therefore, wanting to know, it takes sannyasa, vividisha sannyasa. So either he knows and takes sannyasa, vidvat sannyasa, or vividisha sannyasa. He knows but not completely. Vidvat sannyasa is taken for getting nishta. Vividisha sannyasa is taken for knowing. So therefore, either way you can take. For sarvaishana sannyasa. Yeshanatraya sannyasa. Sannyasa is Yeshanatraya. Yeshanatraya tyagaha eva sannyasa. Sahayeva kartavyaha. That should be done for Atmaloka Prapti. When sannyasa, the renunciation is what is required for Atmaloka Prapti, for moksha. Renunciation, then there is the role of karma. Then karma has done the job of giving the maturity for giving up karma. So karma is done for gaining the pakvata, the maturity, and then it is given up. There is no point in holding on to the karma and upasana forever. So after climbing up the ladder is of no use. Similarly, karma and upasana has done the job and cannot hold on to that. So it is given up. That requires a greater level of pakvata maturity. Therefore, sannyasa eva kartavya, that should be given up. If it is given up, then karma ganda has no relevance Karma kanda has no relevance for sannyasi. Karma kanda has no relevance for jnanam. So where is jnana karma samuchaya then? So quoting from Kena Upanishad, the Acharya clearly dismissed the proposal, the proposition of jnana karma samuchaya. Then the Acharya gives the logical reason, 50. First is Shruti, second 50. By nature, jnana and karma are opposite. So, yeah, by logic, gives a logical reason why moksha is not by jnana karma samuchaya. So from here we have to read what is the karma sahabhavitva virodhacha
कर्म सहभावित्वविरोधाच्च
प्रत्यगात्म ब्रह्म विज्ञानस्य
प्रत्यगात्मब्रह्मविज्ञानस्य
प्रत्यगात्म ब्रह्म विज्ञानस्य कर्म सहभावित्व विरोधाच chakarat and also and another reason yukti based reason प्रत्यगात्म ब्रह्म विज्ञानम प्रत्यक्षासुवात्म प्रत्यगात्मा एव ब्रह्म प्रत्यगात्मा ब्रह्म ब्रह्मणः विज्ञानम ब्रह्म विज्ञानम प्रत्यगात्म ब्रह्म विज्ञानम तस्य प्रत्यगात्म ब्रह्म विज्ञानस्य for pratyagatma brahma vigyan, that is for the knowledge of brahma, and brahma is atma eva brahma, atma is brahma, therefore pratyagatma brahma. So brahma vijnanasya, for the knowledge of brahma, it is not different from atma. For that there is karma sahabhavitva virodham asti. For that there is a virodha, contradiction. Karma sahabhavitvam is coexistence. The coexistence is virodha. Karma jnana sambandha is kramena sambandha samuchaya possible. Krama samuchaya. Krama samuchaya is valid. First karma, upasana, then jnana. So karma samuchaya is when, but sahabhavitvam we don't accept. Karma samuchaya, of course, karma samuchaya is valid. Karma kanda has role to play. It is everyone starts with karma. Therefore, karma gives the adhikaritvam. Parikshalokan karmachitan brahmanaha. Vairagya is possible. Vairagya backed up by viveka. Having examined the limitations of the anubhava, the experiences which are gained in the loka, seeing that all these are nitya. So karma as a role. So karma gives the adhikaritvam. Therefore, karma samuchaya. First karma followed by jnana. Natu simultaneously. Jnanam plus karma gives moksha, that we don't accept. Why? Because there is a virodha between the two. The virodha is like the darkness and the light. They cannot coexist. Yatha prakashaha andakaraha. They cannot coexist. You cannot say sakabhavitvam. Andakarasya sakabhavitvam asti. Prakashasya. We cannot say. Where darkness is, there cannot be light. Where light is, there cannot be darkness. There's a contradiction. Similarly, here also there's a contradiction. for karma to exist simultaneously along with jnana, or the jnanam cannot be. Jnanam and karma cannot be together. Sakabhavitvam, coexistence of jnanam along with karma. Karma sakabhavitvam. Sakabhavitvam. Sakabhavitvam shilam yasya. Saka karmanaha sakabhavitvam. So sakabhavitvam shilam yasya iti sakabhavi. Tachilyartha nini pratyaya. Krit pratyaya. Sakabhavi. Tasya bhavaha sakabhavitvam. So karmanaha sakabhavitvam. Karmanaha sakabhavitva virodhat. So coexistence of karma with jnana. Karmanaha sakabhavitvam, karmanaha sakabhavitvasya virodaha, jnanena, along with jnanam, pratyekatma vijnanasya sakabhavitvam, karma sakabhavitva virodhat. Because of the viroda, the opposite nature of, because of the contradiction, because of the opposite nature of karma to be along with jnanam. Therefore, jnana karma samuchaya is not possible. This Vakya itself is explained by the Vashyakara. So, coexistence of karma along with jnanam, that is viroda, it is in contradiction. Karmanaha saha bhavitva, jnanena saha. That is in contradiction, viroda. Pratyekatma vijnanasya, for knowing the pratyekatma. Pratyekatma is subject matter for knowing. And karma is doing. Therefore, for knowing pratyekatma, karma sakabhavitvam jnanena is viroda. It is contradictory. Because karma and jnanam are contradictory. Where is sakabhavitvam of karma along with jnanam? So sakabhavitvam, karmanaha, sakabhavitvam is, that is karma sagita. Jnanam is viroda. Karma sagita jnanam as a nature of being opposite to each other. Yata prakasha andhakaravat. Therefore, for pratyekatma brahma vijnanasya, for pratyekatma brahma vijnanasya, pratyekatma brahma vijnanam is moksha. Therefore, mokshasya. Pratyekatma brahma vijnanam, the knowledge of pratyekatma Brahma, Atma which is Brahma, the knowledge is moksha. The knowledge is freedom. So, for gaining moksha, for Atmaloka Praptaye, Jnanena karma sakabhavitvam nasti, na bhavati. Na, it is na Jnanena karma sakabhavitvam na upapadyate. It is not tenable. Why? Viroda. Viroda is the karanam, that is a hetu. If both can exist together, then they must be having the same nature. If they are opposite nature, how can they coexist? So, like the light and darkness, opposite nature, they cannot coexist. Whereas light and light can coexist. Darkness and darkness can coexist. So, already darkness is a one more darkness. They have same nature. Therefore, they can coexist. Or any other thing which are the same nature of darkness can coexist. Similarly with the light also. But both cannot exist simultaneously in a place, in a locus, given locus. Similarly, jnanam and karma also. Because one is doing, other one is knowing. Where knowing is involved, where is doing? When knowing is involved, there is pramanam. Where knowledge is involved, there is no karma. There pramanam is involved. That is what the Bhashikara says. Pramanam is vastu tantram. Karma is purusha tantram. Karma involves free will. One can choose to do. That is, free will is involved. One can apply one's free will and choose to execute an action. His choice. He need not do also, or he can do the in other way, some other way, possible. But with regard to knowledge, it is not possible. We don't have choice. When pramana is operated, you cannot choose to either know it in a different way, or you can or avoid. You cannot avoid it. When pramana is operated, knowledge has to take place. You are helpless. Therefore, both are of opposite nature, contradictory nature. Therefore, sakabhavitvam, samuchayam, not possible. Virodhat. Bhashkara says, why they cannot exist? Why jnanam and karma cannot exist together? The reason is, nahi upatakaraka pala veda vijnanena.
न हि उपात्तकारकफलभेदविज्ञानेन
Karmana
कर्मणा
pratyastamita sarvaveda darshanasya
प्रत्यस्तमित सर्वभेददर्शनस्य
pratyagatma brahma vishayasya
प्रत्यगात्मब्रह्मविषयस्य
sahabhavitvam upapadyate.
सह भावित्वम् उपपद्यते
Vastu pradhanye sati
वस्तु प्राधान्ये सति
apurushatantratvat
अपुरुषतन्त्रत्वात्
brahma vijnanasya.
ब्रह्मविज्ञानस्य
Why they cannot coexist? Na upapadyate. Na upapadyate. Na should be connected to the kriya padam. Na upapadyate. Sahabhavitvam na upapadyate. Karma sahabhavitvam na upapadyate. Why? Because upata karaka pala veda vijnanena karmana. Karmana sahabhavitvam na upapadyate. So karmana sakatritiya karmana saha na upapadyate. Pratyagatma vishayasya प्रत्यगात्म ब्रह्म विषयस्य कर्मणा सह सहभावित्वं न उपपद्यते. प्रत्यगात्म ब्रह्म विज्ञानस्य ब्रह्म विषयस्य कर्मणा सह भावित्वं न उपपद्यते. Previous line also, like karma sakabhavitvam, karmanah sakabhavitvam, or karmana sakabhavitvam. Either way we can take it. Karmanah sakabhavitvam is sakabhavitvam, coexistence of karma with jnanam. Karmana sakabhavitvam, coexistence of knowledge with karma. Now here, karmana is sagatritiya. Karmana saha, along with karma. Jnanam along with karma. So, jnanasya sakabhavitvam, karmana saha na upapadyate. And karmana, that is explained what is its karma, the limitations of karma. What are the factors involved in accomplishing the karma? Karma is action. Karma is doing. Therefore, doing means it involves all the karaka actions in action. So for kriya nishpatti, all the karakas are involved. Karta, karma, karana, sampradana, apadana, adhikarana, all the karakas are involved. All these karakas have to be, the accessories have to be, first have to be gathered, collected. Upata, amopata, we say, nama upata samasta. The upata is collected, accumulated. All the karaka to be collected, and they are different from each other. So they are, they are different. And pala, the results. The results are the karaka pala veda. The different karakas and vijnanena, vijnanam, the knowledge. Here vijnanam is just knowledge. Knowledge of what? Veda vijnana. Knowledge of differences between the pala, the results, and the karaka. Karma involves karaka. All these karakas have to be collected. So with the karaka, karma is performed. And different karma, therefore different karakas, and therefore different results. So for gaining certain result, certain karma to be performed. So there are different ends and therefore different means. Means in the form of doing, which involves karaka. So the knowledge of all these are involved in karma. So upata karaka pala veda vijnanena karmana. So for karma involves veda vijnana. Karma involves appreciation of the difference between the results and the karaka. Karaka which are involved in the kriya, the action. So karaka pala vedaha. Karakani cha palani karakani cha palani karaka palani Tretradunda Samasa karaka palanam vedaha karaka pala vedaha. And this karaka pala vedaha is karaka pala vedaha, and karaka is upata. All the karakas are upata. Upataha, upatani, karakani, upata karakani, upata karakana, upata karakani, cha palani cha, upata karaka palani, upata karaka pala veda, palanam vedaha, upata karaka pala vedaha, upata karaka pala vedam, vijnanam, yasya कर्मणः तत्कर्म उपात कारक फल भेद विज्ञानम karma. It is qualifying the karma. So karma is described in a beautiful way by Vashikara. What is karma? Upata karaka pala veda vijnanam. That is what karma is. Karma as the knowledge of, the appreciation of the knowledge of difference between the karakas, the factors which are involved in kriya, and those have to be collected, and their results, corresponding results of the karma. This is what karaka. So there is Veda Vijnanam. There is Veda Vijnanam, Veda Drishti. Differences are seen, differences are appreciated, therefore you apply different karakas, you gather different karaka and execute karma by which you accomplish the result. Therefore, sadhya sadhana sambandha vedaha asti. Each karaka is different from the other, and the result is sadhya, respective result is achieved by the kriya, certain action, karma. So, therefore, Veda is involved. So this knowledge is understood in karma, is presupposed in karma. What about Pratyekatma Brahma Vijnanam? This Brahma, which is Pratyekatma, where Pratyastamita, Pratyastamita, Astamita is everything which has Astamita. Astamita, everything is dismissed, negated. Astamita is the negation. Negation of Sarva Veda Darshanasya. Veda Darshanam. Veda Darshanam, Darshanam, the seeing or the perception of the differences. All the differences. All the differences. Karaka Veda, Tata Pala Veda, all the Veda, the differences are negated. Negated for what? For Pratyagatma Brahma Vishayasya. Pratyagatma Brahma Vishaya, which is characterized by the negation of the perception of all the differences which are there in karma. Karma involves differences. Karma involves Veda Buddhi, whereas Jnanam, Darshanam involves Veda Buddhi. Therefore, one involves Veda Buddhi, other involves Aveda Buddhi. How can Veda Buddhi and Aveda Buddhi can coexist? Therefore, Pratyekatma Brahma Vishayasya Sakabhavitvam Nasti na Upapadyate, not possible, not tenable. Therefore, Pratyekatma Brahma Vishaya, the knowledge of the Pratyekatma Brahma cannot enjoy the status of being coexistent with karma, and karma which involves the knowledge of the differences of karaka and the pala. Whereas Pratyekatma Brahma Vishaya involves Abeda Darshanam, where all the differences are negated, dismissed. Brahmarpanam Brahmavihi, Brahmagno Brahmanahutam, Brahmaiva Tena Gantavyam, Brahma Karma Samadhina. Everything is Brahma. Karta is Brahma. Karma is Brahma. Karanam Brahma. Sampradhanam, that is also Brahma. To whom you offer, that is also Brahma. Apadhanam, Adhikaranam, everything is Brahma. Sambandha also is Brahma. Shashti, that is also Brahma. Where all the Karaka Upamardhanam happens, all the Karakas are dismissed. That is what Pratyamista. All the Karaka Vedas are dismissed. All the Karakas are swallowed in the wake of knowledge. That is what Abheda Darshanam, Advaita Darshanam. Karma, it means Dvaitam. Karma involves, karma precedes, karma is preceded by the knowledge of duality. Whereas Pratyekatma Brahma Vishaya, moksha is preceded by the knowledge of non-duality. How can duality and non-duality? How can Veda Buddhi and non-Buddhi coexist? Not possible. See, duality and non-duality coexist means this is to negate the Sakabhavitvam. But in spite of duality, there is non-duality. That is different. In fact, duality itself proves it is non-dual. Anyway, that is a different topic. So, there is oneness. There are no perception of differences in jnanam. And there is perception of differences in karma. So, they cannot coexist. Therefore, sakabhavittam na upapadyate. Therefore, jnanam cannot enjoy the status of being coexistent with karma. Karmana saha na bhavati. Okay. Then, see, because Brahma Vijnanam negates Veda Drishti, Dvaita Drishti. And karma involves, karma it strengthens, reinstates Veda Drishti. So therefore they cannot coexist. Now, the karma is enjoined by the Shruti. The injunctions, karma, the vidhi in the form of lot lakara, ling lakara, or tavya pratyaya. Kartavyam, karma kuru, vidhi. So karma, because it is doing, Therefore, there are injunctions in the Veda. Now, the Purvapakshi indirectly asked, or you can say directly, let's say, you can ask him. Karma involves doing. Therefore, there are vidhi nisheda, do's and don'ts. But jnanam also, it is the injunctions are there. Jnanam also is vidhi vishaya only, like karma. How you say, Atmavare drashtavyaha, Atmavare drashtavyaha, shottavyaha, mantavyaha, nididhyasitavyaha, tavya pratyaya. So that is also vidhi vishaya. So yata karma is karma kuru, kartavyam karma. There are injunctions. Tavya pratyaya, lot or link. So lot links suggest that there are vidhi vishaya to be done, injunctions. Therefore should be done, should be followed. Jnanam also vidhi vishaya. Because it is ordained. Tavyaha iti, tavya pratyaya, drashtavyaha should be seen. So it is an injunction should be seen. You should do the action of seeing. Drashtavyaha, shrottavyaha should be heard. Mantavyaha, nididhyasitavyaha. So it is also vidhi vishaya only. Then why do you make such distinction? Now we say it is not true. This jnanam is not vidhi vishaya. Why Shruti says we will see. But why jnanam is not vidhi vishaya? Because jnanam is not purusha tantra. Jnanam is not purusha tantra. Vastu pradhanye sati. Vastu is Brahma. When with regard to Brahma, Vastu pradhanye, with regard to Brahma, with regard to knowledge of Brahma, Vastu pradhanye sati. With regard to the knowledge of Brahma, Vastu pradhanye sati, apurusha tantratvat Brahma vijnanasya. Brahma vijnanasya, Brahma vijnanam, Brahmanaha vijnanam, Brahma vijnanam. Brahma vijnanam, it doesn't have dependency on Purusha. Doesn't dependent on the Purusha. Apurusha Tantra, not Purusha Tantra. Purusham Tantram Pradhanam Yasya, Yasmin. Purusha Tantram. Na Purusha Tantram, Apurusha Tantram. Tasmat Tasya Bhavaha Tantratvat, Purusha Tantratvat. Purusha Tantratvam. Tasmat Purusha Tantratvat. So Purusham Tantram, Purushaha Tantram Vidhanam, Yasya, Atva Yasmin, Tat. So Purusha Tantram. The status of being Purusha Tantram, Purusha Tantratvam. Tasya Bhavaha Purusha Tantratvam. Tasmat Purusha Tantratvat. Hetu becomes a Hetu. Na Purusha Tantratvat, Apurusha Tantratvat. Brahma Vijnanam doesn't have the status of being the Tantra, the Pradhanam, doesn't have the dependency on Purusha because it is knowledge. Therefore, it is not Purusha Tantra, it is Vastu Tantra. Therefore, Vastu Pradhanye. Vastu Pradhanya means Vastu Tantra. Vastu Tantra Mityartha. Vastu Pradhanyam means Vastu Tantra. Vastu Pradhanya Sati. Vastu Tantre Sati. When knowledge is Vastu Tantra, not Purusha Tantra, therefore, when it's not Purusha Tantra, therefore it doesn't depend on karma. Karma is Purusha Tantra. Knowledge is not Purusha Tantra. Karma is Purusha Tantra. Karma depends on the Tantra, the will of the person. The person can choose to do kartum shakyam, akartum shakyam, anyatava kartum shakyam. He can do, choose to do, because the will is there. Therefore, he can choose to do a karma, or he can just skip the karma. He need not do, because free will is there, can be used or abused also. Or he can choose to do the karma in a different way. Any karma. Of course, Vedic karma, if particular result is expected, then it has to be performed as it should be performed. If vikalpa is that, when one can choose. Otherwise, it will be performed. Karma in general. If one chooses to go to Kashi, he can go by flight, he can go by train, he can by road, or he need not go. He can choose not to go also. Depends on his wish, his will. He can. It's all will based. So karma is will based. Jnanam is not will based. Jnanam doesn't depend on the will of the person. The flower is a rose flower. Want to know the color of the flower? Then open your eyes, you see it. Up to opening only your effort is involved, will is involved. The moment the eyes are open, the knowledge of the flower helplessly happens. Similarly, smell also. Take it near your nose, provided the nose functions, you don't have any smelling problem with regard to smelling. Then the knowledge of smell happens without your will. The knowledge is Vastu Tantram. Now, Vastu Tantram means the knowledge is as true as the knowledge of an object is as true as the object, the nature of the object. So the moment the moment you the pramanam, the moment you are exposed to the pramanam, the knowledge happens. So therefore there is no Purusha Tantra, it's Vastu Tantram. Therefore, Vastu Pradhanya Sati Dharma Vijnanasya, that is the Vastu Pradhanya Sati. Therefore, Sakabhavitvam na upapadyate. Apurusha Tantratvat Vastu Pradhanya Sati Apurusha Tantra Dharma Vijnanasya Sakabhavitvam na upapadyate. Therefore, Vastu Pradhanyam, karma is Purusha Tantra. Karma depends on the will of the person, whereas where the will is Pradhanam, therefore it is Purusha Tantra, not Vastu Tantra. Whereas Vastu Tantra, with regard to the jnanam of a thing, there Vastu Tantram, it is where the knowledge is involved. Therefore, that the person cannot have will. He cannot wish, he cannot will. He cannot choose to have a particular type of knowledge, which is not the nature of the object. The knowledge is as true as the object. The moment the pramana is operated, the knowledge of the object takes place. So where there is no Purusha Tantram, it is Vastu Tantram. Once the pramata comes into contact with pramanam, knowledge will take place. The knowledge will be as true as the object. There you cannot choose to have a different type of knowledge which is other than the object of knowledge. So therefore, it is pramana based. That is Vastu Tantram. Vastu Tantram is not Purusha Tantram. And Brahma Vijnanam is Vastu Tantram. It is Jnanam, not Purusha Tantra. Therefore, tasya sakabhavitvam na vidyate. Now, if that is so, then why in the Veda tavyaha, ashtavyaha, mantavyaha, that vidhi, as though that vidhi, it is not vidhi. We have to interpret it is. It is the instruction, upadesha given for gaining jnanam. That is the pramana. The shastram, the pramata should bring the pramanam. The pramata should be exposed to the pramanam so that the prameya is known. So that is the idea. Therefore, the pramata, the knower, must operate the pramanam. When the pramana is operated, and here is shastra, it is operated by the teacher. So when the pramana is operated, the pramata will know the prameya. So therefore, in order to bring the pramata and the pramanam closer together, therefore tavyaha iti, drashtavyaha, shottavyaha, mantavyaha. Therefore, it is not a vidhi vishaya. Jnanam is not vidhi vishaya. It is for making the jnana sadhanam available for the pramata. Jnana sadhanam is pramana. Pramana should be available. So when the pramata operates the pramanam, then prama happens. Prama of the prameya happens. So therefore, that tavyaha iti. So it is not vidhi vishaya. Brahma vijnanam is not a vidhi vishaya. Karma is vidhi vishaya. Brahma vijnanam is not vidhi vishaya because it is apurusha tantram, it is vastu tantra. That is the reason. Why it is not vidhi vishaya, Brahma vijnanam? Because it is vastu tantram. Any knowledge, not only Brahma vijnanam, any knowledge is vastu tantram, not purusha tantram. Karma is purusha tantram, not vastu tantram. So therefore, vastu pradhanya sati apurusha tantra brahma vijnanasya. Therefore, Brahma vijnanasya karmana sahabhavitvam na upapadyate, not tenable. Therefore, what are you saying finally? Therefore, karma cannot, jnana karma samuchaya cannot be possible. Jnana karma samuchaya is not possible. So karmana saha, jnana karmana saha jnanam, mokshaya bhavati iti na. So this is yukti based reason. It is yukti based the reason for dismissing jnana karma samuchaya. First is shruti based, the rajasaneka shruti, virodhaneka shruti, then the yukti, the logic. So having said now, jnana karma samuchaya is dismissed. Therefore, for moksha, pramanam is involved, the pramata, pramanam, and there is prameya vishaya, which is atma. So the knowledge of the prameya to pramanam, it is purely vastu tantram. So therefore, no karma is involved. It is very clearly established. Now, how this jnanam takes place, how this jnanam of the vastu, the Brahma, happens, you cannot choose to know by yourself. You cannot choose to know by yourself, means you cannot, like other pramanam, you cannot operate it by yourself. You have to choose to know, but pramanam is not available with you. So therefore only there is Guru Upasadana. One has to approach the Guru. Approaching the Guru, tad vidhi pratipatena pariprashtena sevya. Therefore there is prashna and therefore there is sambhada, dialogue. There is prativachanam, answer. So therefore prashna prativachana rupa katana tatparyam. The next topic. This knowledge is in the form of question and answer. Why it is in the form of question and answer? Because this is knowledge. So therefore, since knowledge is involved, so that has to be the form of question and answer. Question and answer implies that it must be a shishya and guru. It is sambhada. It is sambhada because jignasa is involved. The shishya has got a jignasa, gnatamicha. Therefore, he approaches the guru and asks prashna, and the guru answers. Then further doubts or questions arises. He asks, then prativachana. So in the form, that's how the topic is built up. And why prashna and there is prativachana? Then only the knowledge becomes clear because the knowledge is so subtle knowledge. It is about oneself. Therefore, that is in the form of the samvada. Since the knowledge should be free from doubts, samshaya ragita. Therefore, dialogue is important. The dialogue is important, and therefore there is question on the part of the student, and the teacher answers. And depending on the answer, again, the question may arise, he further clarifies. Therefore, there is more and more clarity. So, therefore, it only the teaching is in the form of Prashna Prativachana. More and more clarity. It is not just listening and taking notes. It is listening, understanding, and asking question, then further understanding, and further if any doubts or that it is clarified. So it is clarity. It's growing clarity. Because the knowledge should be apratibadda jnanam. Apratibadda jnanam is what moksha, jnanam is moksha is. So since the knowledge has to be free from doubts, therefore there is prashna prativachanam. Then the nishtha and the jnanam, that happens, that is for the nididhyasana. For that only meditation, nididhyasana, contemplation. So the next topic here is prashna prativachana rupa katana tatparyam. Tatparyam is the tatparya, tasya paratvam. That is the prashna prativachana paratvam, tatparatvam. The purpose or the importance, of this knowledge in the form of prashna prativachana. That is the topic that we'll see in the next class. Om Purnamadav Purnamidham Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadhaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.
धन्यवादः गुरुजी।
धन्यवादः।
ಧನ್ಯವಾದ ಸ್ವಾಮೀಜಿ.